This is a Fonzie Studio podcast. Welcome to Tales from the First Nations. I'm Jay Idle, and every week I'll share with you a tale and ancient wisdom of the native tribes of North America. I'll be joined by my cats, Dawa and Fonzie, who will undoubtedly make their presence known at some point, so I might as well just list them as co-hosts. We hope you'll enjoy the tales and wisdom, raise your vibration, and enrich your life with us every week. Welcome, friends. Welcome to the 86th episode of Tales from the First Nations. I'm your host, Jay Idle. Today we will conclude our 4-part series on stories of marriage. We have 2 stories for you today, and I hope you will enjoy them as much as you have the others. These 2 have some ghostly tones to them, so prepare for some romance and some supernatural ladies. Our first story is from the Pequot people. The Pequot people are a tribe out of southern New England, with a history closely tied to what is now Connecticut. They are an Algonquin-speaking people, and they remain quite active and a very active living nation today. This is their story, Big Eater's Wife. Big Eater ate and ate. He never stopped eating. He had his wigwam and 2 canoes on an island close to the mainland shores. Big Eater was powerful, but sometimes an evil ghost woman can defeat even the most powerful man. One day, Big Eater was looking across the water, and there on the opposite shore, he saw a beautiful young woman digging for clams. How could he know that she was a ghost witch? He hailed her across the water. "Beautiful girl, come live with me, sleep with me." "No," she said. "Yes." "No." "Yes, no, yes, no." "Well, all right." Big Eater got in one of his 2 canoes and paddled over. The woman was even more beautiful close up. "All right, pretty one, step into the canoe." "Yes, but first I must get my things." Soon the girl came back with a mortar and a pestle and some eggs. She put them in the canoe, and Big Eater paddled over to his home. They ate. The beautiful woman said, "Oh my, what great heaps of food you can eat." "Yes, I'm powerful that way." They went to bed. "Oh my, how often can you do it?" "Yes, I'm powerful that way." "You sure are." So they lived happily for a long time. But after a while, the girl got tired of Big Eater. She thought, "He's fat, he's not young. I want to change. I want to have a young man, a slim man. That's what I want. I want someone like that loving me. I will leave." So, when Big Eater went out fishing in one of his canoes, the girl made a doll, large as a grown woman. She placed the doll in her bed, took her mortar, pestle, and eggs, put them in Big Eater's second canoe, and paddled off. Big Eater came home early from fishing, thinking it was his wife he was climbing into bed with. He touched the doll, and the doll began to scream and shriek. "Wife," he said, "stop this big noise, or I'm going to beat you." Then he saw that it was a doll lying in bed with him. Big Eater jumped up and looked around. The mortar and pestle and eggs were gone. He ran down to the shore, got into his remaining canoe, and paddled furiously after his wife. Soon he saw her, also paddling hard. But he was stronger than she and pulled closer and closer. He drew up behind her canoe until both could almost touch. "Now I'll catch her," he thought. Then the woman threw her mortar out of the canoe over the stern. At once all the water around him turned into mortars, and Big Eater was stuck. He couldn't paddle until he lifted his canoe and carried it over the mortars. By the time he gained clear water again, his wife was a long way off. Again he paddled furiously. Again he gained on her. Again he almost caught her. Then she threw her pestle over the stern, and at once the water turned into pestles. Again Big Eater was stuck, trying to paddle through the sea of pestles, but unable to. He had to carry his canoe over them, and when he hit open water again, his wife was far distant. Again Big Eater drove through the water with all his strength. Again he gained on her. Again, he almost caught her. Then from the stern of her canoe, the woman threw the eggs out. At once, the water turned into eggs, and once more, Big Eater was stuck. The eggs were worse than the mortar and pestle because Big Eater couldn't carry his canoes over them. They hit the eggs, smashing them one by one and cleaving a path with a gooey mess. He hit clear water, and his wife's canoe was only a dot on the horizon. Again, he paddled mightily. Slowly, he gained on her again. It took a long time, but finally he was almost even with her. "This time I'll catch you," he shouted. "You have nothing left to throw out." But his wife just laughed. She pulled out a long hair from her head, and at once it transformed into a lance. She stood up and hurled this magic lance at Big Eater. It hit him square in the chest, piercing him through and through. Big Eater screamed loudly and fell dead. That's what can happen to a man if he marries a ghost witch. I don't know what the moral here might be. Maybe eat less, eat healthy, maybe just ensure the woman you're marrying isn't a ghost. I guess those are all good life choices to make, so make note of all three. Our final story today comes from the Tiwa people. The Tiwa people are a group of Pueblo Native American communities in the American Southwest, known for their deep connection to the land, strong ceremonial traditions, and long history along the Rio Grande. This is their story, The Husband's Promise. There lived in the village of San Juan a young man, Capin, and a maiden, Willowflower. These two were deeply in love, and on the day of their wedding they promised each other that as long as they were alive they would never part. The couple built a home on the edge of the village and lived happily together for 3 moons, until one day the lovely maiden became ill. The young husband did everything to help her get well, but instead she became worse, and in a short time she was dead. The young husband was so broken-hearted. He could not understand why she had to go so soon, after she had promised that she would never leave him, no less. When many moons had passed, however, he was learning to live with his grief. At night, he did not have much to do and would usually visit his parents. One night, as he was walking back across town to his own home, he noticed a light burning in the distance beyond the village. For several days, he saw the light shining at the same spot around midnight, and it began to bother him. Even during the day, as he worked, he would think about it. One night, he said to himself, "I must go see this light and find out what it is." It took him about an hour to reach the place, and much to his surprise, he found a house there. Frightened, but curious to know who lived in it, he decided to peep through the window. He was astonished to see his lovely wife. She was standing by the fireplace, combing her beautiful black hair, which came down to her knees. Capin said, "Aha! At last I have found her. The light was kept burning for me to see. Why didn't I come before? And I wonder, where is she going all dressed up?" Now his wife finished combing her hair and was putting on her snow-white moccasins. "I must speak to her before she leaves," he said. Up the stairs he went. Standing in the only entrance to the house, he saw her posed and ascended the ladder that led to the rooftop. "What are you doing here?" she said immediately. Before he could reply, she added, "You might as well come in." He slowly descended the stairs. He told her how he had seen the light for a number of nights and decided to investigate. "If I had known you lived here," he said, "I would have come sooner." "Well," said Willowflower, "you can't stay any longer. You must go." "I don't understand. What are you thinking? Remember the promise you made when we got married, that we would never part? And now I found you. I will stay." Angrily, Willowflower replied, "You cannot stay here. You do not belong with me. And until your time comes, you cannot be with me. Go before it's too late." He insisted on staying, and this led to a long quarrel. At last, Willowflower said, "All right, you can stay for the night, provided that you are a man." "I am a man," he replied. "In that case, you will stay with me until the morning. And if you are still here, then I will go home with you to the village. Do you agree?" "Yes, I agree," he said. Willowflower prepared a bed on the floor, and they both went to sleep. About 3 o'clock in the morning, Capin was awakened by a pungent odor that stung his nostrils. It was coming from the body of his wife. Soon he could no longer tolerate the odor of rotten flesh. Slowly he got out of bed and put on his clothes. He said to himself, "If I leave before she wakes, I'll be free." Very quietly he went up the stairs. Just as he reached the last step, Willowflower woke up and cried, "Come back, you coward! You have failed to keep your end of the bargain, and now you must pay the penalty." Capin was not yet ready to join the people of the dead, so he jumped off the rooftop and ran towards home with all his might. But Willowflower was swift as the wind, and in no time she was out of the house and running after him. As he came to the Rio Grande, he met the old medicine man from the village, who was on his way to the mountains in search of game. The old man said, "What's wrong, my son? Are you running away from someone? You look as if something awful has happened to you." He could barely talk, but he finally managed to gasp, "I'm running away from Willowflower." "So you are," said the old medicine man. "You've never learned to mind your own business, and now this has happened to you. Old medicine man, you must help me. You're a powerful one. Send me where Willowflower can't catch me." The old man said, "There's no place on earth that will hide you from Willowflower. I'll shoot you up into the sky, which has plenty of room for you to run. Come, jump into the shaft of this special arrow." Capin did as he was told. "Are you comfortable in there?" "Yes, old man." "Get ready. Now I'm going to shoot you into the sky where Willowflower will never catch you." Twang went the medicine man's bowstring, and off to the sky flew Capin. With him on his way, the old man returned to his own trail. A few minutes later, he met Willowflower. "Good morning, my child," said the medicine man. "Where are you going?" "I'm running after Capin. Have you seen him?" "Yes, I talked to him near the river a few minutes ago." "You are a powerful one. Tell me where he is heading." "Capin is now in the sky. If you want to catch him, that's where you'll have to go." "Please shoot me into the sky with your strong bow," said Willowflower. So the old man put her into one of his special arrows and shot her into the sky. To this day, Willowflower is chasing Capin. Tonight, if the stars are out, just look to the west and you will see two bright ones about a foot apart. The first is Capin, and the one behind is Willowflower chasing her husband. I don't know. She did try to warn him in the beginning. Maybe he should have been braver and tried to make it through the night? Could you have done it? I'm not sure I could have, but if I made it that far, I probably would have tried. Oh well. I feel bad for both of them, and I'm not sure which one of them I hope accomplishes their goal. It's with respect and gratitude that I offer you my blessings, and thank you for sharing my journey with me and sharing your time with me on this podcast. I wish you well and look forward to sharing another story with you next week. Go in peace, return in peace, and may you be well. Both of our stories today come from the now defunct PyramidMesa.com. Big Eater's Wife was retold from several 19th century sources. The Husband's Promise was told at San Juan Pablo, New Mexico in the early 1960s and translated from the Tiwa by Alfonso Ortez. For more great stories and legends, join me next week for another story here on Tales from the First Nations. I'm Jay Idle, and I'll talk to you next time. If you enjoy the podcast, please like and review us in your podcast service so we might grow further, and feel free to recommend us to your friends and family as well. Music is provided by my dear friend Scott Brocklesby, who created this beautiful song you're listening to, and our podcast Image of the Moon was provided by Mark Lawton. We will see you next time. All right, that's it. How'd we do, Dawa? Phones? Excellent. Then I'll share it.